Okay, so now we're going to go over Chapter 16 of The Science of Being Well by Wallace D. Wattles. It is 9:38. This one is called Supplementary Instructions. And before we get started, just from that title, Supplementary. Now, for those of you who are into health and fitness and that actually take supplements, okay, supplementation is not meant to actually replace a meal. Okay, supplements are there to add on to the meal. Okay, never use supplements in replacement for meals. Okay, yes, protein is very important. Protein powder is the only thing I encourage my clients to get. Okay, as well as BCAAs and sometimes glutamine. Everything else you don't need. Okay, you don't need pre-workout. You don't need fat burners. You don't need any of that stuff. Okay, all you need is to eat right, and to eat at the right times in the right amounts, and know how to train. That's really all it takes. Okay, doesn't take any of that extra added stuff that we really don't need, and half of them don't even work like they say they do anyway. Okay, so supplements. Okay, supplement is not meant to replace a meal. Okay, it is meant to be added to the meal. So just want to throw that in there really quick. Let's get started. In forming a conception of health, it is necessary to think of the manner in which you would live and work if you were perfectly well and very strong. To imagine yourself doing things in the way of a perfectly well and very strong person, until you have a very good conception of what you would be if you were well. Then, take a mental and physical attitude in harmony with this conception, and do not depart from this attitude. You must unify yourself in thought with the thing you desire, and whatever state or condition you unify yourself with in thought will soon become unified with you in body. Now remember how he was saying, whatever thoughts we think habitually, we take on in form. Okay, so the thoughts you are thinking habitually, you express in outer form. So people could consciously see you as you subconsciously see yourself. Okay, so people will see you on the outside acting out the part of what you believe and are self-contemplating yourself to be on the inside. The scientific way is to sever relations with everything you do not want, and to enter into relations with everything you do want. Form a conception of perfect health, and relate yourself to this conception in word, act, and attitude. Guard your speech. Make every word harmonize with these conceptions of perfect health. Never complain. Never say things like these. Quote, I did not sleep well last night. End quote. Or, quote, I have a pain in my side. End quote. Or, quote, I do not feel at all well today. End quote. And so on. Say instead, quote, I am looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight. Quote, I can see that I progress rapidly, and things of similar meanings. In so far as everything which is connected with disease is concerned, your way is to forget it. And in so far as everything which is connected with health is concerned, your way is to unify yourself with it in thought and speech. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. Make yourself one with health in thought, word, and action, and do not connect yourself with sickness either by thought, word, or action. Do not read, quote, doctor books, end quote, or medical literature, or the literature of those whose theories conflict with those herein set forth. To do so will certainly undermine your faith in the way of living upon which you have entered, and cause you to again come into mental relations with disease. This book really gives you all that is required. Nothing essential has been omitted, and practically all the superfluous has been eliminated. The science of being well is an exact science, like arithmetic. Nothing can be added to the fundamental principles, and if anything can be taken from them, a failure will result. If you follow strictly the way of living prescribed in this book, you will be well, and you certainly can follow this way, both in thought and actions. Relate not only yourself, but so far as possible all others, in your thoughts, to perfect health. Now remember our lovely quote, what I want for myself, I want for all. Okay, so whatever thoughts you are thinking and bringing into harmony or whatever thoughts you are harmonizing with, affirm it for all, okay? Affirm health for all individuals, not just for you. Because what we get for ourselves, we do get for all, because we're all forever connected, okay? Whatever it is you've done today, okay, it's going to affect somebody that you don't know. Okay, it's going to affect a lot of people you don't know. And whatever those people that you don't know are doing, have done today, it's going to affect you in some way, shape, or form, even if you're not conscious of it. We are all here for each other, and we are all connected. The science of being well is an exact science, like arithmetic. Nothing can be added to the fundamental principles, and if anything can be taken from them, a failure will result. If you follow strictly the way of living prescribed in this book, you will be well, and you certainly can follow this way, both in thought and actions. Relate not only yourself, but so far as possible all others, in your thoughts to perfect health. Do not sympathize with people when they complain, or even when they are sick and suffering. Turn your thoughts into a constructive channel, if you can. Do all you can for their relief, but do it with the health thought in your mind. So if you see a person who says that they are sick or who says that they aren't feeling well, do not look at them as if they were as that. Okay, look as if that they were healthy or getting healthier. Okay, don't look at them as being sick. Okay, even though they are saying they are, look at them as healthy. Okay, just their health isn't as strong and vibrant as it was before, and working towards back to where we were. Okay, so turn your thoughts into a constructive channel if you can. Do all you can do for their relief in thought and in actions, but do it with the health thought in your mind. Do not let people tell their woes and catalog their symptoms to you. Turn your conversation to some other subject, or excuse yourself and go. Better be considered an unfeeling person than to have the disease thought forced upon you. When you are in the company of people whose conversational stock in trade is sickness and kindred matters, ignore what they say and fall to offering a mental prayer of gratitude for your health, for your perfect health. And if that does not enable you to shut out their thoughts, say goodbye and leave them. No matter what they may think or say, politeness does not require you to permit yourself to be poisoned by diseased or perverted thoughts. When we have a few more hundreds of thousands of enlightened thinkers who will not stay where people complain and talk sickness, the world will advance rapidly towards health. When you let people talk to you of sickness, you assist them to increase and multiply their sickness. What shall I do when I am in pain? Can one be in actual physical suffering and still think only thoughts of health? Yes. Do not resist pain. Recognize that it is a good thing. Pain is caused by an effort of the principle of health to overcome some unnatural condition. This you must know and feel. When you have a pain, think that a process of healing is going on in an affected part, and mentally assist and cooperate with it. Put yourself in full mental harmony with the power which is causing the pain. Assist it, help it along. Open up those channels to be cleansed. Do not hesitate, when necessary, to use hot fomentations and similar means to further the good work which is going on. Fomentations or fomentations. F-O-M-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N-S. So F-O-M-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N-S. Fomentation. Encouragement of discord, rebellion. The application of warm liquid, ointments. Okay. Encouragement of discord. Do not hesitate when necessary to use hot fomentations and similar means, basically hot. Okay. Here's the other definition, which it is a liquid, the application of warm liquid. Okay, so that's the definition of this one. So where are we? Do not use hot liquids, okay, fomentations, liquids, and other similar means to further the good work which is going on. If the pain is severe, lie down and give your mind to the work of quietly and easily cooperating with the force which is at work for your good. This is the time to exercise gratitude and faith. Be thankful for the power of health which is causing the pain, and be certain that the pain will cease as soon as good work is done. Fix your thoughts with confidence on the principle of health which is making such conditions within you that pain will soon be unnecessary. You will be surprised to find how easily you can conquer pain, and after you have lived for a time in this scientific way, pains and aches will be things unknown to you. What shall I do when I am too weak for my work? Shall I drive myself beyond my strength, trusting in God to support me? Shall I go on like a runner, expecting a, quote, second wind, end quote? No, better not. When you begin to live in this way, you will probably not be of normal strength, and you will gradually pass from a low physical condition to a higher one. If you relate yourself mentally with health and strength, and perform the voluntary functions of life in a perfectly healthy manner, your strength will increase from day to day. But for a time, you may have days when your strength is insufficient for the work you would like to do. At such times, rest and exercise gratitude. Recognize the fact that your strength is growing rapidly, and feel a deep thankfulness to the living one from whom it comes. Spend an hour of weakness in thanksgiving and rest, with full faith that great strength is at hand, and then get up and go on again. While you rest, do not think of your present weakness. Think of the strength that is coming. Never at a time allow yourself to think that you are giving way to weakness. When you rest, as when you go to sleep, fix your mind on the principle of health which is building you into complete strength. What shall I do about the great boogaboo which scares millions of people to death every year? Constipation. Do nothing. Read Horace Fletcher on, quote, the A, B through Z of our own nutrition, end quote, and get the full force of his explanation of the fact that when you live in this scientific plan, you need not, and indeed cannot, have an evacuation of the bowels every day, and that an operation from once in 3 days to once in 2 weeks is quite sufficient for perfect health. The gross feeders whom eat from 3 to 10 times as much as can be utilized in their systems have a great amount of waste to eliminate. But if you live in the manner we have described, it will be otherwise with you. If you eat only when you have earned hunger, and chew every mouthful to a liquid, and if you stop eating the instant you begin to be conscious of an abatement, remember, abatement is satisfaction of your hunger, you will so perfectly prepare your food for digestion and assimilation that practically all of it will be taken up by the absorbents, and there will be little, almost nothing remaining in the bowels to be excreted. And that makes a lot of sense. And if the food is in the most liquid state, okay, remember your body's a sponge, okay, when it's in the most liquid state, your body could absorb it that much better, allowing those nutrients to absorb inside of your bloodstream, which will allow the nutrition to flow through the bloodstream, which is going to be picked up by every single cell of your body, which is going to help that in turn recover and replenish. Okay. If you are able to entirely banish from your memory all that you have read in, quote, doctor books, end quote, and potent medicine advertisements concerning constipation, you need give the matter no further thought at all. The principle of health within you will take care of it. You know, the more I think about it, the principle of health is so simple. How he uses the principle of health in this book is simply the act of your subconscious mind telling your conscious mind when it is time to eat. That's it. And this healing power that he's saying, when there is a pain that you feel, see it as the body is healing itself, okay? Because there's a channel within yourself that is blocked, okay? One of your energy centers is blocked, okay? And all that pain is simply your creative energies healing itself, trying to push through that blocked energy center within yourself. Okay. But if your mind has been filled with fear thought in regard to constipation, it may be well in the beginning for you to occasionally flush the colon with warm water. There is not the least need of doing it, except to make the process of your mental emancipation from fear a little easier. It may be worthwhile for that, and as soon as you see that you are making good progress, and that you have cut down your quantity of food, and you are really eating in a scientific way, dismiss constipation from your mind forever. You have nothing more to do with it. Put your trust in that principle within you which has the power to give you perfect health. Relate to it by your reverent gratitude to the principle of life which is all power, and go on your way rejoicing. What about exercise? Everyone is the better for a little all-round use of the muscles every day, and the best way to get this is to do it by engaging in some form of play or amusement. Get your exercise in a natural way, as recreation, not as a forced stunt of health's sakes alone. Ride a horse or a bicycle, play tennis or ten pins, or toss a ball. Have some avocation like gardening in which you can spend an hour every day with pleasure and profit. There are a thousand ways in which you can get exercise enough to keep your body supple and your circulation good, and yet not fall into the rut of, quote, exercising for your health, end quote. Exercise for fun or profit. Exercise because you are too healthy and too still. You are too healthy to sit still, and not because you wish to become healthy or to remain so. Keep your energies active. Are long-continued fasts necessary? Seldom, if ever. Now, if you don't know what seldom means rarely. The principle of health does not often require 20, 30, or 40 days to get ready for action. Under normal circumstances, hunger will come in much less time. In most long fasts, the reason hunger does not come sooner is because it has been inhibited by the patient himself. He begins the fast with the fear, if not actually with the hope, that it will be many days before hunger comes. The literature he has read on the subject has prepared him to expect a long fast, and he is grimly determined to go to a finish, let the time be as long as it will. And the subconscious mind, under the influence of the powerful positive suggestion, suspends hunger. Now remember the difference between suggestion and autosuggestion, okay? Suggestion is when you're consciously suggesting things to yourself, okay? You're consciously telling yourself specific things, or you're consciously keeping your thoughts on a specific purpose. Remember, using the force of your will in order to keep your thoughts steadily to a purpose. Because remember, when you're holding your will steadily to a purpose, you're concentrating, and when you're concentrating on a certain thing, okay, if you haven't been with us with Charles F. Hannell, okay, remember I'll share with you the example he uses with the magnifying glass, okay. Concentrate the sunlight with the magnifying glass, and the effect of that concentration will be apparent, and all that focused energy of the sunlight will burn whatever it is focused upon. Likewise with you, whatever you're concentrating your thoughts upon, you are creating that focused ray of thoughts, penetrating things, okay? And that the more you concentrate upon it, the more and more you are suggesting it to yourself. And the more you suggest it to yourself, it will then become habitual. And when it becomes that habitual thought pattern, it becomes auto-suggestion. You don't have to consciously do that anymore. It has become a part of who you are. Okay, remember those seed thoughts, okay, and how our mind is a garden, okay? When we plant those seeds, when we first plant those thoughts, okay, it's going to take a while for it to germinate and actually take hold in that soil, okay? But eventually, that seed is going to take hold, and once it does, it's going to finally start to root, okay? And then when it roots, that's when the auto-suggestion will start to build, okay, and then become a part of who you are, okay? You will start to think it automatically as that thought seed becomes to grow into a thought plant, okay? And once it is a plant, then boom, that's when you'll start reaping the harvest of being that character and thinking those specific thoughts, because remember, you take on the form of that which you are thinking of the most. Okay. Where are we? Okay. When, for any reason, nature takes away your hunger, go cheerfully on with your work, with your usual work, and do not eat until she gives it back. No matter if it is 2, 3, 10 days, or longer, you may be perfectly sure that when it is time for you to eat, you will be hungry. And if you are cheerfully confident and keep your faith in health, you will suffer from no weakness or discomfort caused by abstinence. And what is abstinence? That is simply the discipline of keeping it away from you, of not doing it. Okay, abstinence is the discipline of not doing it. Okay, like fasting. When you're fasting, you are abstinence to food. You are not eating food. When you are not hungry, you will feel stronger, happier, and more comfortable. If you do not eat, then you will feel if you do eat, no matter how long, the fast. And if you live in the scientific way described in this book, you will never have to take long fasts. You will seldom miss a meal, and you will enjoy your meals more than ever before in your life. Get an earned hunger before you eat, and whenever you get an earned hunger, eat. Now that will be the end of chapter 16 of The Science of Being Well, and that one is on supplementary instructions. If you made it to the end of this video with me, thank you so much for watching. Please like it, please subscribe, and please share. And that being said, let's keep going on our journey together. Let's keep moving forward. Regardless of the type of day you had, regardless of how you feel, if you feel drained, okay, remember, don't look at it as you being drained, okay? Think it, okay? Think it, okay? You know what? I don't feel at my best right now, but that's fine. Thank you that I still feel as good as I feel now, okay? Because I know that I'm going to be feeling better, okay? And then from on, just keep feeling better and keep moving forward and just keep going towards that vision and that goal which you so see yourself as being, okay? Because however you see yourself to be is who you truly are, because that is how you are choosing what you are choosing and creating yourself to be, okay? Remember, you are a creator, my friend. You're born here to do great things and to create new things and to help create a new world, okay? Remember, evolution, we are forever advancing, and we must forever advance in our thought, because if we don't advance in here, we're not going to advance out here, okay? Remember, everything starts in mind and has its end in form. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you on the other side of the galaxy.